We feel that the Cape itself is critical to the health of the Indian River Lagoon, to the Northern Lagoon at least. And we feel that there are two objectives here, and we'd like to see a synergy that matches these two objectives and melds them so that we reach both equally as well. We fully support, all of us, the development of a world-class spaceport at the Cape, fully developed. But we also believe it can be done, and it must be done in a way that guarantees at least no harm to the lagoon and hopefully will actually enhance the health of the lagoon. But the way it's being done right now, the future of the Northern Lagoon is at risk, perhaps great risk. We would like to see that we accomplish a consolidated approach to managing development at the Cape. And our objectives are, as I just stated, a world-class spaceport along with a fully healthful lagoon that once was the leading national estuary in not only biodiversity, but productivity. We want to get there again, and we think we can do that with the help at the Cape. The problem is the development at the Cape is being done piecemeal and in the old-fashioned standard way. That's contemptuously called pipe and pond. We believe that there's the new advances in development technology, the new advances in development concepts make it possible that we can fully develop the Cape for the space program without harm to the lagoon. And we can do it cost effectively and without delaying any of the operation of what's going on is a very rapid development going on at the Cape now. We think that if we were to adopt a centralized authority, as Mike just indicated in his presentation, that manages as a total the Cape development. The area of the Cape that is open to development should be considered a single site design area. And the proper analysis of topography and hydrology should be done as an area, not 100 acres at a time, as it is being done now. The piecemeal development will not help us. It will actually cause danger to the lagoon. We've got to centralize it. We've got to establish a central collaborative authority of the major stakeholders at the table, managing the authority, setting up the plan that is an analysis of the area in terms of the drainage pattern, the capture and infiltration areas that naturally exist, and use those as tools to accomplish good, strong, low impact development. We think it can be done, and we think it can be done without really any harm, and it would be cost effective. Now, we are seeing some advancement here. Recently, Space Florida and NASA collaborated on developing a plan to develop it's called the Space Commerce Division, SCD. And in it, they have come together to develop the plan and are approaching it in the right way. We would like to see them expand that nut, include U.S. Space Force and other major stakeholders into this authority that would manage the development. It would be a good step forward. We believe that there should be at least one other seat at this table, and that seat should be a recognized expert, experienced lagoon supporter from one of the NGOs, one of the non-government agencies that acts as a local instigator of support. I think that as we go forward with this, we've got to look significantly at water runoff. We have been spending hundreds of millions of dollars and tens of thousands of man hours to try and correct and repair development mistakes of the past, where those development mistakes are still ongoing and will continue unless we make these changes from old-fashioned to modern development precepts. That's important. It's important that we do it at the Cape. And I think I'm trying to say independent, but I'll say an NGO expert in the local area must be on that table. We've got to show that local idea. Stormwater runoff is central to our efforts because it is such an enormous problem. It is considered by EPA, and if you talk to the right people at the Florida DEP, a primary cause of the problem of the lagoon. Everything in the lagoon evolved in salty water. We are working very hard to reduce nutrient pollution, nitrogen and phosphorus. We are not working hard enough to reduce the other major pollutant, which is excess fresh water in a salty environment. Many of the animals will not survive excess fresh water in their area. Examples are oysters, clams, shrimp, even sea trout. They won't actually die off from excess fresh water, but they won't reproduce. So by attrition, we lose them. There's a strong belief that that's how we lost our clams and oysters. In fact, there are some seagrasses that require a level of salinity if they're going to thrive and support. We are looking for a way to combine, collaborate, and achieve the synergy we need between the development of the world-class spaceport and a healthy Northern Indian River Lagoon. We believe we need that centralized authority that's going to make that synergy happen, but it looks like we're making progress, but it needs to speed up dramatically because development at the Cape is at a pace we've never seen here before. And we've got to get ahead of it. We've got to get in front of it. As we used to say in the airplane, you got to stay ahead of the airplane at all times. We need to get ahead of it. I think I've said enough. I believe, let me say it one more time. We need to combine the stakeholders and allow them to have the authority to manage the Cape as a site and not allow it to develop individual 100-acre sites at a time. By doing that, we will provide the contractors tools that will allow him to develop at less cost and at less time and with more effectiveness for the lagoon. Thank you.